In the dim light of his cluttered apartment, Alex sits alone, lost in the quiet hum of the refrigerator. He surveys the stacks of old mail, a landscape of forgotten correspondence. He reaches into the pile, his fingers searching through the layers of time. He pulls out a folded newspaper, a relic from a world moving too fast. He unfolds the newspaper, the date starkly revealing the relentless march of time. Tomorrow, the headline blares, "Fire destroys apartment complex. Multiple dead." Alex's world tilts as he sees handwriting listing names of neighbors and friends. His own name is scrawled at the bottom, a chilling signature to a nightmare. Bewilderment floods Alex's face as reality warps around him. The morning light streams into Alex's apartment as he frantically searches for answers. The digital silence deepens his growing unease. A flicker of panic crosses Alex's face as he finds no mention of the night's events. Driven by growing dread, Alex quickly conceals evidence of his obsession. He piles magazines atop the incriminating news, burying the truth beneath layers of denial. Alex straightens up, his face etched with a growing sense of inescapable doom. The morning air is shattered by the piercing wail of sirens, signaling an unfolding tragedy. Smoke ominously billows from Alex's apartment building, painting a dark cloud against the pale morning sky. Firefighters, clad in bright yellow suits, relentlessly battle the raging blaze, their hoses snaking through the chaotic scene. Hoses snake across the ground, carrying water to quench the insatiable flames that threaten to consume everything. In the midst of the chaos, a news reporter confirms the grim details, mirroring the story already told in the morning paper. In Alex's dimly lit apartment, a newspaper lies open on the kitchen table, its ink still glistening. The newspaper reveals a chilling glimpse into tomorrow, its date mocking the present. The headline screams of a future tragedy, casting a dark shadow across the room. The apartment is silent, save for the faint rustle of the newspaper, foretelling an inescapable doom. Alex walks through the chaotic scene of a bus crash, the wreckage looming large. Emergency responders rush past Alex, their movements a flurry of urgent activity. Shocked onlookers stand frozen, their faces reflecting the horror of the scene. The street is filled with the debris and remnants of the devastating bus crash. Alex nervously navigates the aisles of the grocery store, his eyes darting left and right. His pace halts as he spots police officers congregated near the produce section, the scene cordoned off with yellow tape. Fragments of hushed conversations drift towards him, words like stabbing and victim hang heavy in the air. A chilling realization dawns as he recognizes eerie parallels to the article he read in the future newspaper. The weight of the future presses down on him, each detail confirming the grim prophecy. A mother frantically staples a flyer to a telephone pole, her desperation echoing in the bustling city. The flyer reveals a missing child, a silent cry for help amidst the urban sprawl. Alex emerges from his apartment building, stepping into a world unknowingly touched by tragedy. His gaze falls upon the flyer, the child's familiar face triggering a chilling recognition. A newspaper article flashes in his mind, the morning's news now a haunting echo of reality. Inside Mia's dimly lit apartment, Alex reveals newspapers to Mia. Mia reclines on her couch, her face etched with doubt as she examines the newspapers. Mia dismisses the newspapers with a wave of her hand. Mia's skepticism is palpable as she declares, "An elaborate hoax, Alex. That's all this is." Amidst the newsroom's bustle, Mia answers her phone, her professional demeanor dissolving into stunned silence. The color drains from Mia's face as she confirms her source's death. Her gaze lifts, locking onto Alex across the busy newsroom. A wave of fear washes over Mia, visible in her widening eyes. Amidst the chaotic rush of the subway, Alex stands motionless, his eyes fixed on the horrifying headline of a newspaper. His face hardens with resolve as the weight of the news settles upon him. He pulls out his cell phone, his thumb hovering over the call button, a mixture of determination and trepidation in his eyes. He presses the button, a plan solidifying in his mind as he prepares to take drastic action. His voice firm despite the tremor of nerves, Alex speaks into the phone. "I'm reporting a bomb threat. The subway. You need to evacuate immediately." In the eerie silence of the evacuated city, a maintenance train speeds through the subway tunnel, unaware of the impending chaos. A deafening screech shatters the calm as the maintenance train derails violently. Sparks erupt in a dazzling display of destruction as metal grinds against metal. Workers are caught in the maelstrom, their figures silhouetted against the shower of sparks. The subway tunnel transforms into a scene of devastation, the air thick with smoke and the stench of burning metal. The apartment is a sea of newspapers, each screaming headlines of tragedy as Alex absorbs the weight of despair. A coworker's suicide note cuts through the noise, the image searing into Alex's memory. Memories flood back, laughter shared, moments cherished, now tainted by the chilling finality. As the echoes fade, a cold dread grips Alex's heart, a dark premonition settling in. On the busy street, Mia clutches her phone, her knuckles stark white against the device. Visibly shaken, she struggles to speak, her breath catching in ragged gasps. Her voice trembling, she whispers into the phone. "Alex, it's me. I almost got into an accident." Her eyes widen as she says, "It was. It was exactly like in the newspaper. The time, the place, everything." In the dim solitude of his apartment, Alex sits absorbed, a lone lamp casting shadows around his worn armchair. His eyes suddenly widen, reflecting a surge of disbelief and terror that pierces the quiet. An invisible force begins to manifest, words materializing as if scripted by a ghostly hand on the very page he reads. The silent apartment now echoes with the weight of the unseen. The written words, an ominous omen. The room is bathed in a harsh, sterile light, devoid of warmth or comfort. A crisp, untouched page appears from nowhere, suspended in the air. The page descends slowly, drawn to the chaos of the cluttered desk. A voice echoes ominously, "Don't fight it. It's already written." The unforgiving hands of the clock mock Alex, each tick echoing his mounting dread. His gaze locks onto the screen, where the words seem to solidify his fate. He reads the page. He considers running. He knows it is futile. The weight of acceptance settles as Alex confronts the inescapable truth. Alex, consumed by desperation, violently tears the paper into shreds. In a frenzy, Alex throws the scraps into the sink, his actions fueled by panic. With a trembling hand, Alex ignites the paper, the flames mirroring his inner turmoil. Flames engulf the sink as Alex watches, the fire consuming not just paper, but also his past. Alex explodes from the apartment building, each breath a ragged gasp against the night. Desperation claws at him as he fumbles for something in his pocket. A torn scrap of newspaper emerges, his trembling fingers barely able to hold it. Under the dim streetlights, the newspaper becomes a fragile beacon of hope. His grip tightens, a silent promise etched on his face amidst the urban nightscape. Under the stark fluorescent lights of a near-empty diner, Alex sits alone, lost in thought. The hum of the lights fills the silence, broken only by the crackling static of a distant TV. The static abruptly gives way to a news broadcast, momentarily capturing Alex's wandering gaze. A headline crawls across the screen, unnoticed, as Alex's disinterest settles back in. The news flickers on the screen, an ignored backdrop to Alex's solitude. The diner remains quiet, the only movement the shifting light on the television screen. In the diner's sterile light, a receipt lies stained with the ink of prophecy, detailing a bleak fate. The handwriting on the receipt seems to mock, each word a step closer to the inevitable. Every stroke spells out a future that feels both distant and inescapably near. The diner receipt, an unassuming harbinger of doom. The clock strikes 11:45 p.m., marking a moment of impending urgency. Alex bursts into his apartment, desperation contorting his features. The hum of the refrigerator amplifies, creating an oppressive auditory backdrop to Alex's distress. The room warps subtly, as if reality itself is bending to Alex's inner turmoil. The distorted air is wavering, a visual manifestation of the chaos within. The blank page awaits, a silent witness to the turmoil within Alex. Alex trembles, his inner struggle palpable as the ink begins to flow. The pen dances across the page, guided by an unseen force. The final lines taking shape. He accepts it, a voice whispers, sealing Alex's fate. The last stroke completes, the words now permanent, as he waits. In the stillness, Alex embraces his destiny, a moment of acceptance etched on his face. The clock ticks, marking the late hour as Alex remains absorbed in his reading. Alex breathes deeply, his focus unwavering on the page before him. He continues to sit, oblivious to the world around him, lost in the story. Without warning, the screen goes black, plunging the room into darkness. The sudden darkness leaves Alex in silent anticipation. Morning light floods Alex's kitchen as a newspaper hits the table, its headline a stark announcement of death. The headline blares, "Local man found dead in his apartment." Fresh ink glistens ominously as a new note appears, this time bearing Mia's name. The chilling realization dawns. Mia is next.